Hello everyone, welcome to Center Stand Mechanics. My name is Kyle and today is part 2 of installing my new to me oil cooler, and it just came in the mail yesterday. I'm super stoked about that. It actually came fairly quickly, and so I'm going to change that out. And one of the things I was going to say is here's the old one here, and I cleaned it up on the wire wheel a little bit to look and see what the problem was. And if you look here, let's see if I can get it in a good light. If you look, that's where it was leaking from, and if you look at it, it's all pitted and corroded. Like, I think the aluminum kind of got porous for some reason, like almost like I don't know for sure, but it almost looks like electrolysis or something, or possibly one of my buddies at work said it might be the additives in the oil that caused that. I just don't know, but I'm pretty sure that it's something to do with that. Another thought I had is it possibly could have been over tightened, causing it to, crush the aluminum and causing it to leak. But I'm leaning towards the fact that it was a little bit porous. Like, the rest of it looks fine, like it's supposed to look like that, right? And this side, if you look at it, and the more I brushed it with the wheel, the more exposed like faulty metal, like it was just getting more and more like bubbly and cracked and stuff. And so here's the new to me one. Hopefully you can see that right there, and this one's in much better shape. Look at how crisp the ends are on this. So I ended up going used because I actually ordered a brand new one on a website, and it was very expensive. It was I don't want to say how expensive it was. It was ridiculous, but I did it anyways because I thought, why mess around? And I'm planning some pretty long trips, and I thought, I'm going to be in the middle of one of these long trips, and I'm going to start another oil leak in the same spot. So I thought, well, let's go new, and just deal with it right now. And so I ordered it, and so I probably ordered it on Saturday, right after I discovered that the other side on this other one leaked. And so about Wednesday morning, I got up to go to work, and I got an email from the place, and they said it was on back order. And back order is like, that's like parts purgatory for motorcycles. You don't want your stuff on back order. So it could be 4 weeks minimum to never. So I said, no, let's cancel that. And then right after I canceled that order, I ended up going on eBay, and I found this one, this used one on down in California from a supplier down there, a guy that does motorcycle salvage, and it was quite a lot cheaper, and kind of seems like my only option at the time. So, but it shipped. I ordered it like 11:30 on Wednesday, and it showed up about 1:30 Friday afternoon. So like 3 days later, and all the way from California to the South Vancouver Island here. So I was pretty amazed actually how fast that came. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get started here. So first thing I gotta do is I gotta drain the oil again, and so I'll run the bike for a minute, just get that warmed up, and I'll drain the oil, and then we'll get started on swapping out this oil cooler and see if it holds oil, because that would be great. Okay, so I'll fire this thing up. Hasn't been run since last Saturday. So here, cold start. Okay, so we'll start by taking the drain plug out. This here is a 17 mil socket on my 3/8 drive. There we go. Pull that loose. And we'll go ahead and collect all this oil. Try to do it clean, but it never happens. There she goes. Okay, so I'll have a look at the magnet, and it's nice and clean, which it was last time, so that's good. Put that over there. And you can see it already leaked a bunch of oil on this side where it was leaking the last time I tried to get this fixed. Okay, so we'll let that drain out. I'm going to start loosening off these mounting bolts. Just get them loose and ready to come out. I'll let that drain for a little while. It shouldn't take too long to change this thing. That thing, this one's just sitting there hanging by a thread. We'll go to the other side. There. That one's just hanging by a thread. Now I just need to wait for the oil to finish draining out, and then I'll put the drain plug back in. Just gonna clean off this washer a bit. Okay, and put the drain plug back in. Tighten this down. Well, you don't have to go crazy tight. A lot of people strip these, so drain the bolts. That should be plenty tight enough for that. You'll be in a world of hurt if you strip the threads on that drain bolt. Okay, so next I'm gonna undo this union bolt. It's a 14 millimeter. And there'll be some oil come out of there. I'll drain that, let this side drain. And there should be a banjo washer on both sides. There's this one. Put that there for safekeeping. And we'll let that drain for a little while. Make sure we get the washer out of that side too. There. Just take out this bolt on this side. It's just hanging in by a thread. And we'll take this one out. And this should just come right out now. There. There, hold that up like that. So we can let it sit there for a bit. Okay, so the leaky oil cooler is out, and just gonna let that drain a bit, and then we'll put the new one in. I'm just going to take this oil filter right off because it's easy to access with the cooler off, and we'll put a new one on right now. It's nice and easy to get to. That's pretty much finished draining. I'll put that like that. Okay. So let that finish draining. Just gonna have a look at these two. Slightly different sizes, but this is the one they gave me. I asked for this model specific, and this is the one they gave me at the parts store, so. Just take a bit of this oil and do the famous little oil around the O-ring trick, like so. Just clean this. Make sure we got nothing sitting on there. Okay, I'll put this one on. That doesn't feel right. That does not feel right, guys. don't think that's the right oil filter. It just doesn't feel right. Like if I put it on like here, it just gets tight right there. It's not right. I think it's not the right threads or something. There's something not right about that. Yeah, something not right about that. That one goes on like nothing. So that is definitely the wrong oil filter. Okay. So I'm gonna put this old oil back in, run it, make sure we don't have any leaks. I'm gonna have to order the proper oil filter. That's not right. It even says Suzuki right on it too. But it just doesn't fit the threads on there. Something's weird about that. So it turns out that they sold me the wrong oil filter for this bike. I don't know which one this belongs to, but it doesn't go on there. I was going to change the oil and everything today too, but I started threading this on, and right away I could tell that the threads were binding, and it's just not the right pitch. So there's something not right about that. So what that means is I'm going to reuse this oil again, because I don't want to put new oil in with an old filter, because that's not good. So that's okay. This oil's still clean and everything. I was careful not to get any dirt in there. So what'll happen today is I'll install this new oil cooler. I'll pour that oil back in, and we'll run it and check for leaks and everything, and then I'll order a new filter that fits, the proper one, and then we'll go ahead and change that on a future video. Do a quick little oil change and stuff. But that's good. I mean, you never know. I could have leaks on this one. Hopefully not, because that would be really not good. And but you never know. So like I said, the oil for this bike's fairly expensive. It's about 60 bucks for an oil change. So let's be smart about it. Good news is I think these are new bolts to mount this cooler on. I found them in my box of parts. I'm pretty sure that that these mount this on right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. I'll get those ready. And I also have new banjo washers for the union bolts, so that's good. So yeah, let's get started on it. So we gotta take this. Actually, I'll take this out first. It'll probably just fit in there a little better. Okay, so take this, it goes on here like so, just like that. And let me slide this in here nice and carefully and get that up to the bracket. Get those started. I'll go over to the other side and get this one started. Okay. And we'll tighten this side up. Like so. And then get 2 new banjo washers for this side. One, two. Put them on my paper towel. Just want to have a look at this bolt. I don't want any dirt on here at all. Okay. So we'll put a new washer on that side. And a new one on this side. And then we'll start turning it in. Okay, so before I crank it tight, I want to make sure that this washer on top isn't crooked at all. Yeah, no, it looks good. There's a little lip in here, and if this washer doesn't sit properly, it could kind of ride up on one of the edges. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so here again, I want to check, make sure these threads are nice and clean. And they look pretty good. Clean this off. Put that there. Just gonna clean this off. Okay. Okay. And here again, I just want to get down, make sure that that washer's fitting in properly. It looks good. So a little finger tight there. So now we'll go ahead and torque down these union bolts. Now the torque setting is 16.5 foot-pounds of torque. So we'll go and loosen this off. So we're in foot-pounds. Okay, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16.5. Right there. Double check. Make sure that's on there nice. I'll just go until we hear a click. Alright, 16.5 on that one. Alright, click. 16.5 on that one. Okay, so now we're going to pour the oil back in. And I know what some of you are probably thinking, you can't be putting that used oil back in there. But like I say, this would be $60 an oil change, and I'm still not 100% sure if this isn't leaking yet, and the oil filter is the wrong one. So I'll have to get back to putting oil. I do have the oil over there to put new oil in, but it's just not going to happen today. Okay, so here we go. Very carefully, I'm going to pour this in. Failure is not an option. This won't take very long. Just quickly pour this back, and then I can start it up and see how it works. If you're wondering what I'm using for an oil catchment basin thing, it's an old litter jug, kitty litter jug. They make great oil pans. Okay, don't have to get too carried away with that. Okay, like that. Put the oil cap back on. Okay, I'm just going to check the oil level here. Yeah, it's good. It's like right at the top bar. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so here's the moment of truth, guys. Let's see if we have any leaks. We'll start this thing up and we'll have a look. Looks good too. Right on. Before you'd see it leaking right away, so I am pretty happy about that. I'll let it keep running for a bit. We'll check back in a moment. All right, we'll check again here now that it's warmed up a bit. And it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. Nothing seems to be leaking on this side. Pretty good, right on. Pretty stoked about that. Woohoo! No more oil leaks. Success. Well, there you have it, folks. I am super stoked to announce that I don't have any more oil leaks, especially around the oil cooler. That's very, very satisfying. These oil leaks can range in severity to very simple. You can just tighten something down and it goes away, all the way to you can take the engine out 4 or 5 times and still not solve the problem. Oil leaks so bad it'll steal a man's soul. I ain't kidding you. So this was I call this a success, and it won't be long and I'll be back riding the bike again on the road here very quickly. I'm gonna have to put the first I'm gonna have to put new oil in it, change the oil filter and stuff, but I've already mentioned that. And then I gotta put the skid plate back on, and yeah, we'll be able to take it out for a test drive very soon. And stay tuned to see that. I'll probably post a video on that first test drive. I haven't ridden it for probably since late October or something like that, until the just before the weather turned. Yeah, so that's very stoked. Probably end the video there, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Center Stand Mechanics out.